So in the today's session, we are going to learn something about strings, which is most important topic. And we do different type of operations on strings by using string built-in methods. So we have certain methods available in Java. So by using those methods, we can perform different type of operations on strings. So actually there are two kinds of methods in Java. One is built-in methods and user-defined methods, or we can say custom methods. And user-defined methods, we can create our own methods, and they are again part of the class. And there are some built-in methods. Built-in methods in the sense the Java is already provided those methods, and we have to just use those methods. And we have to know how to use those methods. Okay. So I'll tell you a simple example, what is method and how it will work. For example, let us take one string variable. Let's say string s equal to welcome. So this is my string variable, right? Now I want to find the length of a string. For example, I want to find total number of characters in a string. I want to find the total number of characters in a string. So what we can do is, s is a string variable. So we have to take the string variable. And this is a variable of type string. Right? String is a predefined class. In Java, string is a predefined class, so which is having some predefined methods also. So we can apply all string related methods on this variable. Okay. So when I create a variable with a string type, whatever methods are already available in the string class, we can apply all those methods to this variable. Okay. So how to use, suppose I want to find length of a string. So take this variable dot, we have a method called length like this. So this is called method, built-in method, which is already implemented by Java itself. So s dot length, when I call this method, this will return length of a string. So that we can print by using system.out.println. Or we can store that length in some other variable and we can perform some operations on the length. Okay. So this is simply called a method. And by using this method, we can perform different type of operations on string variables. So there are so many methods out there. Length is just one of the example, just a one method. Similarly, there are so many methods are there in the string class, and we can apply all those methods on the string variable. Then we can perform various types of operations. So now today's session, we will see what are those methods are available and how can we use those methods. There are thousands of methods are there. And we can't discuss each and every method, but mostly used up to 8 to 10 methods are there. We will use them very frequently, even in our automation also, especially when you do validations. We use these methods very frequently on strings, and those methods we will discuss today. Okay, very simple, very easy concept, and you can easily understand also. Okay, so what is a method? A method will perform certain task. And whatever methods we are discussing here, all those methods are belongs to string class, so that we can apply all those methods on string variables. Okay. So in the coming sessions in object-oriented programming, you will understand in detail what is method, how to create user-defined method, how to pass parameter, how method will return the value. All those things in the coming sessions, we will understand in detail. In the OOPS concept, I will discuss that. And here, these are the built-in methods. They are already available. Just we have to know how to use those methods. Okay. All right. So let us directly go to Eclipse, and I will show you different type of methods and different type of use cases. We can easily understand. Let's go to our project and create new package. And today is day 8. Click on finish. Take new class, and I'll name it as string methods. Take this main method. So very important, even interview perspective also most important topic. So listen carefully and focus. Right. So the first, let me take one string variable. Let's say string s equal to. Okay, let's take string variable. String s equal to. Because it's a string, we have to keep inside the double quotations. Welcome. So this is my string variable. String s equal to welcome. So I just created a string variable. This is how we can normally create a string variable. Okay. In Java, there are other way also there we can create a string. So this is one approach. The second approach is we can declare a string variable like this. String s equal to new string of, and here we can specify the value. This is another way of creating a string variable. Actually, there is a difference in this. Later, I will discuss what is the difference between these two. But mostly, normally we use this one, string s equal to welcome. If you want to create a normal variable, you can simply say string s equal to welcome. And if you want to create a string class object, then we will see like this, string s equal to new string of welcome. These are the two different notations or two different ways we can create a string variable. But there is some difference between these two when I comparing or when I store data in the database. I'll show you that later. For now, you can just follow anything. Either first syntax and second syntax, both are correct. This one is correct. This one is also correct. So let's say when I print this, you will get the same thing. When I print s value, okay, and you will see the value of s is welcome. So you'll see the same. And even if you have this kind of notation, second string s equal to new string, because why we can use new? Because string is a predefined class. So now we got a same value. So for both, we are getting the same value, but it doesn't mean both are exactly the same. There is some difference, minor difference is there. So later we will try to understand the difference. But for now, just follow one of the syntax. Either you can specify this for string s equal to welcome or string s equal to new string of welcome, that we have to put in the brackets. Both are correct. Okay, now let us see how can we call the methods on the string. What are the different methods are available in string? Okay, the first method is what? Length, as we discussed. So length is a method so through which we can find length of a string. So that means this particular method will returns length of a string. Length of a string. That means number of characters in a string. If you want to find a number of characters in a string, so this method we can use. So for example, let us say I'm taking one string variable, string s equal to welcome. Now I want to find length of this particular string. So how can we do it? We can simply say yes dot. You can see as soon as you put dot, it will show you all the string related methods. These are all string methods. You can see there are so many methods out there. There are so many out there. So it will show you in auto suggestion automatically. And then you can simply type one or two characters. It will automatically pop up. We can say length. You can see as soon as I type LE, it is showing one method length. This is the method. So s dot length. So this particular method will return integer as a return type. You can see the description will automatically show you here. It returns the length of a string. Length returns the length of a string. So what is the return type of this method is integer. Integer is a return type. So we can store this value, the length of a string, in some other variable. Let's say int L, and then you can print the value of L. Okay, so this particular method will return the length of a string. So I can store that in a variable. Then I can print the value of L. This is a way we can store the value in a variable and then we can capture it. Suppose I don't want to use any variable. I just want to print. So you don't need this variable. You can put that method directly inside this println. Yes dot length. So you can directly. So this will return length of a string printed by println method. So you can directly print length in a, as an output. So like this, we can use length. Okay. And suppose you don't have a string variable. I want to apply the length method directly on the value. Directly. So how can we do this? Suppose I have a string like this, welcome. This is a direct value, not a variable. Now I want to find length of this. Simply you can say dot length. You can also do like this. This will also return the same thing. Okay. So either you can use variable. string variable, or you can use directly string value. When I specify the value, put inside the double quotations. And if you don't have a value, or if you have a variable, then you can directly specify the variable dot length. We can use anyway. Okay, s dot length. S is a variable which contains same value again. S contains some string value. You can use like this. Or if you don't have a variable, if you want to directly use on a string value, you can put that value in the double quotes dot length. So this will also return the same thing. So this is how we can find length of a string. Means how many number of characters are present inside the string. Okay. Now the next method, concat. Concat. This is another type of method. So what is concat? Concat means you can join the two or multiple strings. Joining strings. So for concatenation, earlier, how we have done concatenation? We have done concatenation many times. So how we have done? Yes, by using plus operator, we can also do concatenation. Right? By using plus operator, we can do concatenation. And also in string, they have provided one more method called concat. By using this concat method also, we can join multiple strings. We can use both. I'll show you. Let's take some strings. Let's say string s1 equal to welcome. This is one string. And I'll take one more string s2 equal to, let's say, to Java. So now I have two strings. I want to concatenate them. I want to join those strings. So normally what we can do is we can simply use plus operator. I can say s1 plus s2. So this will do the same thing. But other than this plus operator, how can we use concat? So you can say welcome to Java. So this is a concatenated string. It is basically joined both the strings. Same thing we can achieve by using concat method. So how can we use s1 dot concat of s2? So s1 is a first string dot concat, and in the bracket we have to specify second string. So this will concat both the string s1 dot concat of s2. So that will return the concatenated string. So we can put in the print statement so that it will print concatenated string. So when I run this, you will get the same output. So string comparison we can do in two ways, either by using plus operator or by using concat method. Okay. And one more thing I'll show you. Suppose I have one more string. Let us say string s3. String s3. Let's say automation. This is another string. Now I want to join three strings, s1, s2, s3. Right? So if I use normally plus operator, you can directly say s1 plus s2 plus s3. So this will join all three strings, s1, s2, and s3. S1, S2, and S3. So you will get that final string. But how can we use concat for joining more than two strings? Because concat method, we can join at a time only two strings. S1 is one string dot concat of S2. That's it. So concat method can join two strings at a time. At a time, it can join only two strings. But if you have three strings, then how can we join? By using concat itself. Okay. So by using concat itself, I want to join three strings. How can we do it? But at a time, concat method will join only two strings. Right? So how can we achieve this? If it is a plus operator, we can directly do this. But if it is a concat, if we want to join multiple, then we have to do multiple concats. Okay. Yes, you're right. So first we have to concat first two strings, S1 and S2. How can we concat? So if I do this, S1 and S2, what is an output you are getting here? This is an output, right? So what I'm doing is I will try to use this as it is. So this will concat S1 and S2. Once you get an output, again, dot, one more concat S3. Okay. So first we are concatenating two strings S1 and S2. So this will return one output. And after getting an output, again, on top of it, we are again concatenating with another string. So if we have a multiple strings, we have to do like this. S1 dot concat of 2 dot immediately. Concat of 3 dot concat of S3, 4, S4. Like this, you can concat n number of strings. So this is how we can do the concatenation of more than 2. But by default, at a time, it can do only 2 strings concatenation. Only 2 strings are allowed. If you want to add another string, you can say dot concat. One more concat method we have to use. So you will get the same output. So concat, by using plus operator, we can do. By using concat method also, we can do. Now, let me show you this. Suppose I don't have string variables. I want to concat, okay, and directly. So S1 dot concat of S1, yes, that is also true. That is also right. So you can do n number of ways. Okay, so you can just think about it. There are many ways to do it. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it because this is the programming. So if I give one problem, multiple people will come up with the multiple solutions. All are correct. Okay, until unless your output, the result is correct, right? So that way is correct. So that is perfectly fine. You can also do like this. First, you can concat combination of plus and concat also you can use. S1 dot concat of S1, S2 plus S3 also correct. That is also true. Let's try this. Okay, Anjali is saying like this. S1, first S1. Okay, first let us see S2 plus S3. So what this will return? S2 plus S3. It will concat, it will join S2 plus S3. And this we will concat. You can also do like this. S1 dot concat. You can also do like this. So here we are using concat, here we are using plus operator. So this is also, this is a combination of concat and a plus operator. So this is also correct. Okay, now suppose I don't have variables. I just directly want to concatenate strings values. String values are directly concatenated. I don't have a variables. If I look at here, everywhere I have used variables, string variables. But suppose if you want to apply them directly on the value, then how can we do this? Let's say system.out.println. If it is a concat plus operator, we can do like this. So this is my first string plus this is my second string. So we can do like this. By using plus operator, we can directly concat two string values. Here we haven't used variables, just we use direct values. And same thing we can also do by using concat. How can we do it? You can say first string is welcome dot concat of second string is to Java. Like this also we can write. So instead of variables, you can directly specify the values also. So this is also do the same thing. Okay. So you can also concat more than two strings. This is all about concat method. So you can use either plus operator or you can use concat, anything is fine. Both are available. Okay. But concat is especially for string related method. Plus is a normal operator. When I use plus operator between two strings, it will concatenate. When I use plus operator between two numbers, it will perform addition operation because plus operator works in the different aspects. When I use plus operator between two strings, it will concatenate. If I use plus operator between two numbers, it will do addition of two numbers. And if you use concatenate operator between a number and string, then also it will perform concatenation. Okay, remember that part. Now let us see one more method. Trim. This is one more method called trim. So what this method will do is it will remove spaces the right and left side of the string. Remove spaces right and left side. It will remove the spaces right and left side. Okay, so for example, let's say I have one string here s equal to, and I'm giving three spaces 1, 2, 3. Welcome. And then I make again giving 3 more spaces, 1, 2, 3. Now I have 3 spaces before the string, 3 spaces after the string. Okay, now if you find the length of a string, what you will get? If I find the length of a string, what you will get? Length. I'm asking about length. Can you guess? There are 3 spaces before the string. After the string, there are 3 more spaces. And how many characters are there in the string? 7 characters are there. Okay, 7 plus 3 plus 3. 7 plus 6. Totally 13 characters are there. Okay, including space. Space is also counted in the length method. Okay, so my requirement is I want to find, okay, or I want to extract just a string. I just don't want to extract this spaces. Okay, when you print this, when you print yes value, just observe, it is just printed as value along with the spaces. You can see there are 3 characters here and there are 3 spaces here. 3 spaces we are able to select here. You can see, and here also we are able to select the 3 spaces. Okay, so now I want to remove the spaces. I just want to get only string. After removing spaces, right and left both. You can have n number of spaces, but I just want to remove the spaces, right and left. Then you can use this method, trim. So how can we use this? So this will print along with spaces. So print string along with spaces. But I want to remove the spaces right and left, and then I will print. So the method is s.trim. S.trim. Every method should follow with a bracket. So s.trim. That's it. We don't need to pass any parameters. Just print it. S.trim. If you want to store trimmed string in some other variable, you can do that. Okay. Now, see the difference. Here I'm printing the direct s value. Here I'm printing s.trim. You can see the difference. Okay, now you can see here there are 3 spaces, right and left side, but here there are no space. I'm not able to select anything here, but here we're able to select. So right and left side spaces are removed from the string. So for that, we can use this method, s.string. S is a string variable. So that will remove the spaces right and left side. Okay, so let's try to find the length before trimming, after trimming. So here, let us try to find before trimming. Okay, so let's system.out.println, or you can say, okay, so let me take this string s.length. I'm directly finding the length of a string. Here I will write another statement, system.out.println s.length. So this is before trimming. Okay, before trimming. I'm concatenation again. I will keep it here. So just I'm printing s value here. Here I'm printing just s value. In the second statement, I'm printing the length. Now here I'm trimming this yes, and I'm printing after trimming. So then I will try to find length of a string after trimming. So how can we do this? Yes, dot trim. So this will trim the string after trimming. Then I want to find a length. Again, continue. Dot length. You got my point? I can use multiple methods sequentially. So I can say first what I'm doing here, s dot trim. So this will remove the right and left side spaces and return the actual string. And followed by length. So once it is written actual string, then I'm finding out the length of a string. Okay. So now we can see here, this is after trimming. So I can just put some message after trimmed like this. Right now, when I run this, you can see there's a difference. So before trimming, 13 characters are there, including spaces. And after trimming, we have only 7 characters. So like this, we can also the combination of methods based upon our requirements. So first we have trimmed the string, then we have find out the length. Here we directly find out the length. So this is how we can use trim. It will basically remove the left and right side spaces. Now, the next method is caret. Caret method. Caret. A is a capital letter. All these methods are case sensitive. So you have to use very carefully. So caret. So this particular method will return a character from a string based on the index. Returns a character from a string based on index. So again, in the string also there is an index. It will start from 0. Okay, for example, if you take this particular string, here this is an index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the last index. So index will start from 0, even in the string also. So here the caret method will return a specific character from a string based on the index which we have to provide. Okay, so for example, let's say here is equal to welcome. This is my string. This is my string. Now I want to extract a specific character. For example, I want to extract a C. I want to extract a C. So what is the index of C here? Index will start from 0. Index start from 0. So now what is an index of X? Let's say system.out.println s dot caret of, here we have to pass index number. So when you count from 0, what is an index of C? 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is the index of C. So that you can pass here, 3. So now this particular method, S is the actual string dot caret of 3. So this will actually returns the particular character from the index. So when I run this, this will return the particular character. You can see C is got returned. So like this, you can extract any character from a string by using caret method. So caret method will return particular character from a string. Okay, suppose I say system.out.println s dot caret of 0. Now what is an output of this? S dot caret of 0. What this will return? W, because that's the first 0 character. 0 index, there is a W, right? This is a return type. So very simple. Character method will return particular character or specific character based on an index which we passed. Right. Next method, contains. Another most important method we use most of the times when you do validations in your automation test. Contains method. So contains method will basically check a particular string is a part of the main string or not. Okay, for example, let me take, I have one string like this. Just a second. Just a moment. So I have one main string like this. Okay, this is the main string. Now this is another string. Now I want to check this particular string is a part of the main string or not. Okay, this particular string is a part of the main string or not. Yes or no? Yes, because this is a welcome, this is a part of the string. Here it is, right? So if this particular string is a part of the main string, then the contains method will return true. Okay, so how can we write this? Suppose s1 dot contains s2, like this you can write. Now s2 is a part of the s1, then it returns true. s2 is not part of s2, then return false. That means the contains method always returns a Boolean value. It can be true or it can be false, right? So if the value is a part of the main string, the string which we are passing is a part of the string, then returns true. If it is not part of the string, return false. That's how contains method work. And the string values are case sensitive. It will treat differently. Lowercase and uppercase characters, it will treat different. Okay, so if this string is a part of the main string, not only first position, it can be anywhere in the string. Then it returns true. If it is not part of the string, then return false. That is called contains method. Okay, so we can check a particular string is a part of the main string or not. So that we can do by using contains method. So contains method is always returns true or false. Okay, returns true or false. True or false. Now let's see some examples. Yes dot. So here we already defined this S variable. You can change this value n number of times because this S is already defined. That's the reason data type I have not specified. Okay, S is already created many times. So now I can say yes dot. What is the current value of S here? Welcome. Right. Now I say yes dot contains, S dot contains, and here I'm passing welcome, or I say WEL, and then I'm printing the output. Every method will return some output, so that we have to print by using print statement. Now tell me the output of this, true or false? True or false? It is true. Okay, because this WEL is a part of the main string, so that is true. Perfect. Now S dot contains COME. Now tell me, it is true or false? S dot contains COME. Yeah, COME is also part of the string. So that is also true. That is also true. Now I'm saying S dot contains WEL. Again, true or false? This is false. Why? Because W is a uppercase and here W is a lowercase. So string values are case sensitive. So it will treat lower and uppercase characters differently. So this will return false. This will return false. And similarly, if you just say system.out.println s dot contains COME. So all are capital letters. So this also return false. This is also return false. Okay, now you understood how to use this contains method. You can just check the string value is a part of the main string or not. Sorry, not concat, contains. Right, so now these are the four values. So true, true, false, false. So contains method is always returns true or false. So is it necessary that all characters that we are looking in the first string to find match must be together? Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay, so all characters, the sequence also should exactly match. Suppose a WEL is one string. The same sequence you should find here. But W is one place, E is another place, L is another place. It will not match like that. Okay, so WEL is exactly should be part of the main string. The sequence also exactly match, but the position is not important. Suppose here you can see I'm comparing COME. Where is this position? Here, but it is still returns true. So the position is not important, but the sequence of characters are exactly should match. Okay, so that's how we can check. Suppose here if I write like this, S dot contains WEL ME. WEL ME. True or false? True or false? False. Okay, because this is complete sequence is not there in the main string. WEL is there. ME is also there here. But the combination of these two, the sequence exactly not matching here. So obviously it is false. Okay. So this is how we can say contains method. It will check the string is a part of the main string or not. Checks string is a part of main string or not. So always returns true or false. Okay. Now, so the next method, most important, especially we use it for comparison. Equals and equals ignore case. Equals and equals ignore case. So these are the two methods, and both are used for comparing the strings. Both are used for comparing the strings, equals and equal ignore case. So how to use this comparison? How to use? So whenever you want to compare two strings are equal or not, you can prefer either equals method or equal ignore case, but a slight difference. Let me show you. So let me create two strings. S1 equal to welcome. This is one string. S2 is also welcome. Both the two different strings, S1 and S2. Now, if you want to compare these two strings, can we use double equal to? Can I use double equal to S1, double equal to S2? Because double equal to is a comparison operator, right? Yes, you can use it, but not always. There is a difference, actually, I'll tell you. So, system.out.println S1 dot equals of S2. So you can use either double equal to for comparison, or you can use equals method. S1 dot equals S2. If the strings are equal, returns true. Even comparison operator also returns true, and equals method also returns true. But sometimes double equal to equals method not exactly the same. In some scenarios are there. I will show you that in the next session. But for now, just follow this. Okay. If you want to compare the two strings, we can use either double equal to, or we can use equals method. But when we have to use double equal to, when we have to use equals, I will show you with some examples later. Okay. For now, just follow like this. So when I want to compare two strings, we can use equals method like this. S1 is one string, dot equals S2. Both are same. So returns true. Suppose, let us say I'm writing like this. System.out.ln S1 dot equals, here I'm saying welcome. Now tell me true or false. Can we write like this first of all? Yes, we can write like this, right? S1 is a string variable. Dot equals, I'm specifying the value directly. Instead of variable, I'm specifying the value directly in the double quotes. Correct. So now what is an output of this? Obviously true or false. S1 is a welcome. S1 is a welcome. And comparing with the welcome, another welcome, it should return false. Why? Because case sensitive. So here W is a lowercase character. Here W is an uppercase character. Right? So equals method will return false. Equals method will consider case sensitivity. It will treat lower and uppercase characters differently. But my requirement is, even though if we pass uppercase, I just want to ignore the case sensitivity. Then you can go with the equals ignore case. So equal ignore case method will not consider case sensitivity. It will treat lower and uppercase characters same. It will treat lower and uppercase characters same. So if you don't want to consider case sensitivity, you can directly go with equals ignore case. That is a major difference between equals and equal ignore case. Both are used for comparing strings, but equals method will consider case sensitivity, means it will treat lower and uppercase characters differently, whereas equals ignore case method will treat lower and uppercase characters as the same. So if you want to consider case sensitivity, you have to go with equals. If you don't want to consider case sensitivity, or if you want to ignore case sensitivity, you can go with the equal ignore case. Now, if I look at this, if I write the same statement by using equal ignore case, it will return true. Just observe, equals ignore case. Instead of equals, I'm just calling equals ignore case. Here it is returning false. Here it should return true. That is a major difference. Okay, now you can see this is a false and last one is a true. So equals and equal ignores. So when you're comparing the strings, we can use either equals method or we can use equal ignore case, slight difference. Okay. Now in the next session, I will talk about what are the differences. What is the difference between double equal to, but here we are getting the same value, right? Here we are getting true, here also we are getting true, but what is the difference? There is a difference. So when we have to use double equal to, when we have to use equals, what is the difference? I'll show you with the examples. Okay. Next method, replace. Next method is what? Replace. So this particular method will replace single or multiple characters in a string, or it will replace multiple or sequence characters in a string. That's called replace method. It will replace single or multiple sequence of characters. Multiple in the sense sequence. Multiple in the sense sequence. You can put bracket. Characters in a string. It will replace. So first we will see how to replace a single character. And then we will see how to replace a multiple characters. Multiple characters means sequence. Okay. Let's take a bigger string. S equal to welcome to Selenium, Java, again Selenium, Python, Selenium, C#. Okay, I'm just taking very bigger string. Many things are repeated in this. There are many things repeated. Now, wherever the E is repeated, E, or you can take any character. So E is repeated many places. So wherever the E is repeated or wherever the E is occurred, I want to replace all E's with some other character. Okay, let's say I want to replace all E's with some X. So different character I want to replace in all the places. Right? So we can say S dot replace. Sorry. So S dot replace. S dot replace. And which character you want to replace, that we have to put in the single quotes first. Which character you want to replace? I want to replace E. Second parameter, comma, second. So E is replaced with which character? Let's say X, some other character. And this command will return a complete string after replacing all E's with X. Okay, so I can directly print like this. System.out.println S dot replace all E's, wherever the E is repeated, all E's will be replaced with X and then it will print. You can put any character, replaced character. So when I say run as Java application, okay, now just observe the output. So this is an output. So wherever the E is occurred, that is replaced with X. You can see this is a one place. And here it is another place. Here. Okay, and here. All E's, there is no E now. Every E is replaced with X. So if you want to replace a specific character, if you want to replace character, then we can use replace method like this. Specify S dot replace, S is a string, dot replace, which character you want to replace and which character which you want to replace with. So you can specify this is the existing character, this is a new character. So this will automatically replace. Can we do group of characters? Yeah, that I will show you. So not randomly, but if you have a sequentially, you can do that. So that's the next option. So in this, we have seen how to replace specific characters in multiple places or in all the places. But sometimes I want to replace a string. String I want to replace. For example, here Selenium is repeated here, and here it is also repeated. 2 times it is repeated, and 3 times here it is. 3 times it is repeated. Now I want to replace the entire string. Here, here, and 3 places it is repeated. All 3 places I want to change. Okay, so I can change like this. Yes dot replace. Okay, and which string you want to replace here? I want to replace Selenium. Okay, so I can say Selenium like this. And replaced string. Which string you want to replace with? Let's say Playwright like this. Right, now we can just say print. Because it is a string, we have to keep inside the double quotes and put inside the print statement. S dot replace of which string you want to replace, and the new string which you want to replace with. Okay, just observe, wherever the Selenium is repeated, it is replaced with the Playwright. So this is a final. Okay, so here this is one place, second place, and third place is got replaced. So by using replace method, we can replace character. We can also replace multiple or sequence of characters. Multiple or sequence of characters. This is how we can use replace. But randomly means what? The same character should repeat multiple places. We can do it. Same string should repeat multiple places. That also we can do it. So replacing of character, replacing of a string, possible by using replace method. So replace method can use to replace single or multiple characters in a string. Multiple characters in the sense those characters should be in the sequence. At a time we can replace only one single character, or at a time we can replace with one single string. Multiple things we cannot replace. Okay, so this is a replace method. So whenever you want to replace single character, you can go with the syntax. Whenever you want to replace with the multiple characters or sequence of characters, you can put them in the double quotes. So one method, replace method, we can use 2 different purposes, single character or multiple characters. Okay. Now, so the next method, substring. Every method is most important, guys, because we are going to use all these methods even in automation. Multiple places when you do validations, these methods are very, very helpful. The next method is substring. So what is this method? Substring method will do. It will extract substring from the main string. Extract substring from the main string. It will extract a substring from the main string. So let us try to understand. Then I will show you some example. Substring. What is substring? I will also give you some simple thumb rule here, and you can just follow this. Suppose I have this string. This is my string. This is main string. In this, I want to extract some portion of the string. Suppose I want to extract WEL, or I want to extract COME, or I want to extract the middle 3 characters, or I want to extract the last 2 characters. I want to extract the first 2 characters like this. I can extract some part of the string from the main string. That we can use substring method. So substring method can extract some portion of the string from the main string. So these are all some portions of the main string. So by using substring, we can extract some portion of the string. Okay, so but how to use this substring? So here we have to write like this: substring. In the bracket, we have to pass 2 parameters. One is S is a string, S dot a substring. Here 2 parameters we have to pass: starting index, ending index. Indexes we have to pass. So normally index will start from 0 only, right? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the indexes. So the starting index, suppose I want to extract first 3 characters. What is the starting index of W? 0. So 0 is the first parameter. comma, from 0, W, I want E and L. So what is the index of L? 2. What is the index of L? 2. But instead of 2 here, we have to specify 2 plus 1. That is 3 we have to specify. That means when you count starting index value, start from 0, starting index. And when you count ending index, start from 1, because always it will be plus 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you look at here, first 3 characters I want to get. So what is the starting index? 0. And what is an ending index? 3. So 0, 3 means 0, 1, 2. So ending index is 3. So you have to count like this. 0 to 3. W, E, L will be written like this. Okay, suppose I want to capture COME. Now tell me index S dot substring of, tell me the starting index and ending index. I want to capture COME. COME. Starting index of C is what? 3. Comma. Ending index of E is what? Ending index of E. 7 is an ending index. 7. 3 comma 7. So this will return COME. Okay, like this. Similarly, I want to capture, let's say I am writing like this, S dot substring of 1 comma 4. Now tell me what is an output of this? 1 comma 4. 1 comma 4. 1 is the starting index, where it is started here, E. And 4 is the last index. From E, 4 is the last index, means here, ELC. ELC, you will get like this. Okay, now you understood how to extract a substring from the main string by passing starting index and ending index. Anyway, index will start from 0, but when you specify the ending index, we should say plus 1. Or thumb rule is like this. Starting index, when you count, start from 0. When you count ending index, start from 1. In that case, you don't have any confusion. Okay. So starting index count from 0, ending index count from 1. Especially only for substring method, I'm saying. But actually, index will start from 0 only. But when you pass ending index, you always do plus 1. Okay. So this is how we can use substring method. So you can extract anything from this particular string. Anything. Okay. Now I'm writing like this. S dot substring of 0. Okay. 0 comma 1. Now tell me what is an output of this? 0 comma 1. Single character it will return W. Because what is the starting here? 0. 0 index is what? W. Ending index 1. Ending index 1 means what? Again W. It will return single character. So if you want to extract a single character like this, is there any other way to do it? Single character I want to extract. Single character I want to extract. How can we extract in another way without using substring? Yes, caret method. S dot caret of, directly you can pass index 0. That will return W. Right? So that will return W. Just a second. Okay, so you understood now how can we use substring and character. Okay, fine. So let's try to use this practically. So substring, starting index, you can count from 0. Ending index, you can count from 1. This is just a thumb rule. Okay, actually starting index, any index will start from 0 only. But when you pass ending index, you always add plus 1. Okay, now based on this, we will see some example. S equal to Selenium. Right. Now I want to, you guys can tell, I will write a method. So system.out.println s dot substring of, s dot substring of 1 comma 5. Now tell me what is an output of this? 1 comma 5. 1, comma 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 1, comma 5. 1 means what? E. From here, 5. 5 means what here? N. Between E and N. E, L, E, N. So this is an output. Everybody's understood? Any confusion here? I'm just simplifying it. Okay, so this will return ELEN is a output. That is a substring. Yes, perfectly fine. Now you guys can tell me first 3 characters I want to extract. SEL. Now tell me what is the starting index and ending index. S dot substring of. You tell me. I want to get output like this. SEL. First 3 characters. Starting index and ending index. 0, comma 0, 1, yes, 3. So this will 0, comma 3 will return first 3 characters. Okay, perfect. So now I hope you understood how to use substring method. So what is the use of substring? It will extract a substring from the main string based upon the indexes which we passed. So very, very useful method. Next one. The next method, converting the case. So we can convert the string from lower to upper and upper to lowercase. Okay, so the question is, if you want to replace random characters or 2 or 3 characters, can we use replace? Yes, you can use replace, but you have to write multiple replaces. You have to use multiple replaces. Let me give you a simple example. You guys can try this. If you want to replace multiple characters, how can we do this? Let us say here I have A, B, C, A, C, C. Let's say this is my string. I want to replace A with X. I want to replace C with Y. Okay, this is my requirement. All A's I want to replace with X. All C's I want to replace with Y. So how can we achieve this? First, you have to take this string, replace all A's with X. So then what you will get? X, B, C, X, X, C, C. This is the string you will get. Once you replaced, then again use this string and replace all C's with Y. Then you will get X, B, Y, X, X, Y, Y, like this. So 2 times you have to use replace method. First, you have to take the original string, replace all A's with the X. Then you will get another string. Again, replace all C's with another. So then you will get the final string. So you have to use 2 replace methods like this. Yeah, that is the combined one. Perfect. Replace all A, comma X. Then it will give one string. On top of it, again, one more replace you can use. Replace C, comma Y. Yeah, that is perfect statement. You got my point? So first you have to replace all A with X. Dot, again, one more replace. C with Y. So you can write statement like this. See, once you start automation, you will see all these examples. Okay, where you have to use. If you start writing your automation code, can you understand now? Can you understand the automation code if I write like this now? You can't. Okay, just wait for some time. You just understand how to use and what is these methods. And once you complete it, then once you start automation, you will understand exactly where you will use all those things. So we're just learning all the concepts, bits and pieces. So once you have understood all these things, then finally we will try to use everything in automation. So there you will know exactly how to use all those things. Okay. Okay. Now let us see one more method. Yeah, converting the case. So we can convert strings lower to upper and upper to lower. For that, we have 2 methods, 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. So these are 2 more methods which we have, 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. So these are the 2 methods which we have. Let's see. taking string, and here I'm taking mixed characters. So now I want to convert this entire thing into uppercase. You can say s dot to uppercase. This is the method. S dot to uppercase. This will convert entire thing into the uppercase. And then you can print like this. Okay. And then if you want to convert entire thing in the lowercase, instead of to uppercase, you can say to lowercase. Like this. Very simple. You can just use it. To uppercase and to lowercase. Now you can see everything is an uppercase. Here everything is a lowercase. So this is converted everything into upper. And this way is converted everything into lowercase. So very simple, straightforward. To uppercase and to lowercase. Converting the case, one case to another case. Right. So now we'll say one more method. So another 2 to 3 methods are there. We will finish quickly. So the next method, split, most important method, split. So this particular method will split the string into multiple parts based on the delimiter. So split method will split into multiple parts based on the delimiter. So first we'll see simple example, then I will show you real-time use case. So split method will split the string into multiple parts based on the delimiter. Okay, let me give you a simple example. Let's say I have a string like this, ABC, okay, at the rate gmail.com. So this is, let's say I have some email ID like this. This is a string. From this particular string, I want to extract this particular part. Normally that is a username. Okay. So from this particular email address, I want to extract the username. How can we extract? How can we extract? ABC I want to extract. Which method I can use? Substring, right? Substring. So by using substring, we can specify starting index is 0 and ending index is 3. So then you will get ABC. Suppose tomorrow if it becomes bigger string, okay. So for example, A, B, C, D, E, F like this. Will it work again? We have to again change the index in the substring method, right? We have to keep changing starting index, ending index in the substring method. As soon as you are keep changing this email address, the username, it keeps changing. Accordingly, in the substring method also, you have to keep changing indexes. So that is not sufficient. So even though that username keeps changing, we should be able to extract exactly, okay, without changing anything. If I use substring, what is the limitation here, especially in this particular scenario? What is the limitation? I can say s dot substring, starting index 0, ending index I can say 3. Okay, so this will return ABC, no doubt. S dot substring of 0, comma 3. So when I run this will give you ABC as an output. Okay, we got a username. But tomorrow, instead of ABC, if it is got changed, let's say I make it as ABC123. So now what is the problem in this? You will not get the right thing. Still, you are getting only ABC. But I want to get the entire username. Okay, this is the problem with the substring. So how can we extract dynamically? So we use one more method called split. By using split, we can split this entire thing in multiple parts. And once you split, then we can extract only this part. Whichever part you want, you can extract after splitting. Okay. So substring method is not appropriate here. So we need to go with split. So now I'll tell you how to use split. This whole string we can separate or we can split based on some delimiter. What is a delimiter here? At the rate is a delimiter. Dot is a delimiter. Sometimes you may have space. Space is also delimiter. Okay. So based on them, we can separate. So for now, I want to separate this string based upon the at the rate symbol. Because before at the rate, ABC is there. After at the rate, gmail.com is there. But which one we want? we want ABC. That is a before at the rate. Now I will divide this string into two parts based on at the rate. At the rate is a delimiter we can use. So how to use it? S dot splitter. S dot split. Here we have to just specify delimiter in the double quotes. On what basis you want to divide this? Based on the at the rate. So when you say at the rate here, so this will return two strings. The split method will return two strings. When you put the cursor here, split the string around matches of the given. That means it will basically return two values. It will split based on the delimiter. So whichever delimiter here it is. So before at the rate, what is there? ABC. This is one string. After at that, what is there? Gmail.com. So this is another string. This is one string. This is another string. So finally, the split method will return two strings, first string and second string. So if you want to store those two strings in a variable, what type of variable it should be? If you want to store those two strings in a variable, what type of variable it should be? It should be single dimensional array, right? So what I will do is, after splitting them into two parts, we will create one array variable here. What type of an array? String type of array, because both are strings. String, I can say string A equal to. You understood the point? What we have done is S dot split of at the rate. Based on at the rate, we have split the entire string into two parts. Now, first part is ABC, second part is gmail.com. Both the strings will be stored in A. Now, what is A contains? Two strings. A contains two strings. First string is what? ABC. Second string is what? Gmail.com. Now I want to get the first one. How to get the first one from A? How to get the first ABC from A? Based upon index. So you can say print A of 0 means it will return ABC. And if you want to get gmail.com, how can we do this? A of 1. So that will return at the rate gmail.com. Okay. So when I run this, you will be able to extract the exact thing. Now you can see this is ABC and gmail.com. So based on the delimiter, we can split the string into multiple parts. Based on the delimiter, we can split the string into multiple parts. You understood this example? I will show you some more example. Everyone is understood? So even if you change this, suppose ABC 1, 2, 3. Now can we get ABC 1, 2, 3 here? Here. Can we get ABC 1, 2, 3? Yes. Even though that username is got changed, still we are able to get ABC 1, 2, 3 without doing any change here. But in the substring method, we have to keep changing the indexes. But here, we don't need to change any indexes. So even though this username is got changed, still we are able to get username here. Okay. So that is the main usage of using split. Split method we can use to split the string into multiple parts. Okay. So 0 means index number. From array, you have two values here. 0 position ABC is there. Second position gmail.com is there. Now I want to extract the first value from the 0 position. How can we extract from array? A of 0. That will return the first value, ABC. And if you want to extract the second value, means A of 1. Index number. In the last classes, we have already discussed about this concept. Single dimension array, if you want to extract the values, we can pass the index number. A of 0 will get the ABC. A of 1, we will get gmail.com. Okay. So S dot split of at the rate, no, you cannot directly print because the split method will return array, right? The split method will return array. So we cannot directly print, but once you get an array, you can print values from array by using arrays dot to string of A. Okay. If I print like this, in the last class, we understood. If you want to print array elements, how can we print? By using arrays class, arrays dot to string of A. So what is an output of this? Array is a dot or toString of A. So there are two values in array, right? So these are the two values, second value, first value. Now you understood? So you cannot directly print. If you put this directly inside the println, you will not get, you will get an exception, because split method will return an array of elements. So once you capture them into the variable, then you can print that variable. Or you can use a looping statement to print those values. Now we will get three values. So this is how we can get. You understood? So I can put this statement here so that you will be more clear. After splitting, A is an array variable. Okay. So all the values after splitting, all the values will come into A. That is array variable. Now I have printed all the values. And if you want to extract the first value, 0, second value is 1. By using index, we were able to extract them. Yes, that is also correct. Arrays dot to toString of s dot split of at the rate. That's one single statement you can write. If you don't want to use this variable, you can directly write s dot split of at the rate. That you can directly pass here. Here you can directly pass. Yes, that is also correct. Okay, now let me show you one more example for split method. See this. This is another example. I have string variable, string some amount. Amount is like this: dollars, dollar, 15, comma, 20, comma, some 55, and close. This is my amount or some price in string format. Okay, a string format. So here it is a dollar symbol, and there is a commas also there. But what is the output I want to get? My expected output should be like this. Expected should be just a number: 15, 20, 55. That's it. Even commas also I don't want. Just a number I want like this. Okay, so actual amount is this one, but I cannot perform any arithmetic operations on this because it is in a string format. Moreover, it contains the dollars and commas and many more. If you have such type of things, you cannot perform any additions, subtractions, all those things, right? So before doing it, what we have to do, we have to remove them. Dollar symbol I have to remove, commas also I have to remove. I should get exact number from that amount. Okay. So this is my requirement. So how can we achieve this? By using split method. So here we have to use split method. By using split method, we can do it. Sorry, not by using split method, we have to use something. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the method we can use? Not split method. No. Yes. So by using replace, we can do it. By using replace, we can do it. String amount equal to this one. So dollar and comma, everything I have to remove. Only the number I should get. Only number I should get. How can we do this? So this is not a split method, guys. By using replace, we can do it. Okay, let me try this. First of all, we have to remove dollar symbol. Okay, there is only $1 that we have to remove. So how to remove this dollar? How to remove this? Amount dot replace. Okay, single character. Dollar is what? Single character, right? In the single quotation, specify the dollar. So this we have to replace with what? Replace with what? Nothing. Nothing. Empty. Just put only one single quotes. Just single quotes. Nothing is specified here. If you put any character like this, suppose replace dollar with hash, you can say like this. So now it is replace dollar with hash. If you don't specify anything, it is just remove the dollar sign. Nothing. Okay. Now this particular statement will remove dollar sign. This particular statement will remove the dollar sign from the string. Single character. Let me print the output. System.out.println amount remove space. So if you put single quotation empty, it will give you an error. So let us try to take this as a string, okay, like this. So here there is no replaced value. So this will remove the dollar sign and it will print the output like this. Okay, first step, we have removed dollar sign. So now we got this output. Now we got this output. Now the next step, from this particular thing, we have to remove the commas. Commas also we have to remove. So how to remove these commas? Again, take the same statement. Okay, so this statement anyway will give you the exact number, but only commas are there. Now this time we have to replace commas also. Now we can continue with this. Dot, replace, one more replace, and commas we have to replace, right? Commas we have to replace. In the double quote, specify comma and replace with what? Nothing. Put empty double quotes. So now this is the final statement. So first we have removed the dollar symbol. After that, we removed the commas. So this will give you the exact number. So this will give you exact number. So after removing dollar and comma. So everyone is understood. This is one use case. So when I use a single quote, it is not allowed actually. So this is a problem. Here it is fine. But here, when I use single quote, here, empty value is not allowed in the single quotations. Okay, so that is the reason we have taken this as a string. In the string, we can specify single character also, right? No problem. So that is the reason we have taken this as a string. Single quotation, empty value not allowed. Understood how to do it? So this is the one. And let me show you one more example for split method. Example 2. Okay. Now I have a string like this, string equal to ABC, comma, 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYG. This is my string. In whole string, I have ABC, comma, 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ. This is my string. Now, I want to print separately. I want to extract them in 3 different strings. First, ABC is one string. 1, 2, 3 is another one. XYG is another one. So I want to split them into 3 parts. I want to first extract ABC, 1, 2, 3 and XYZ. From this particular string, I want to extract 3, ABC, 1, 2, 3 and XYZ. So how can we do this? I want to extract ABC, 1, 2, 3, XYZ, 3. So first step, we will try to split this by using comma delimiter. Okay, by using comma delimiter, let us try to split this entire thing. How to split? S dot split, and wherever the comma is there, comma is a delimiter. So comma. So once you split this, what is an output of this? What is an output of this? S dot split of comma. So this will also return some array. This will also returns some array, right? You can say ARR. This is my array variable and string type of an array variable. So now S dot split of comma means before comma ABC is one string. After comma 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ is one string. So after completion of this statement, what is ARR contains? ARR contains ABC and 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ. 2 strings. 2 strings, right? Let's try to print arrays dot to string of ARR. Just I'm printing. After splitting based on comma, what all things is captured? So these are the 2 values are captured. ABC is 1 and 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ is another one. So now currently ARR contains these 2 strings. So ABCs got separated. Now want to separate this one. 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ I want to separate based on at the rate delimiter. Based on at the rate delimiter, I want to separate 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ. So how can we separate? So this I want to capture from ARR first of all, right? After capturing this value, then we will apply the split. How to capture this 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ from ARR? How to capture? ARR of 1. Right? This is the how to capture this from ARR. ARR of 1. So this will return AR 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ. That we have to split. So dot split. On what basis we have to split? At the rate. So this will also return another array. Right? So let me take another array. String ARR1. Let's call this as ARR1. And let's call this ARR2. This is ARR1. Okay, so ARR1 of 1 dot split of at the rate. Sorry, ARR of 2 we are storing the value. And here ARR of 1. ARR of 1 dot split. Okay, so what is wrong in this? So we already captured the comma and ARR1. Okay, just a moment. Let me try to print this ARR1. Okay, so now we got this. In ARR1, array 1, we have this one. So from array 1, ARR1, we want to extract the second part. So ARR1 of 1. 0 is a starting index ABC, 1 is this one. So this again we have to split. ARR1 of 1 dot split based upon the at the rate. So this will again return another array. So ARR2 should be array variable again. Okay. Now, if I print ARR of 2, arrays dot to string of ARR2. So what is an output of this? This is our 1, 2, 3, comma XYZ. So here we got this. So this is a step-by-step process. Just try to understand. This is a main string. So we have split this into based on comma. So after splitting this based on comma delimiter, we got this value. ABC separated 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ is separated in array 1. Now again from array 1, we are taking the second value 1, 2, 3 at the rate XYZ. Again, we have split into 2 parts here. So when I split into 2 parts, again 1, 2, 3 is separated, XYZ is separated, both are stored in array number 2. So when I print array number 2, we got 1, 2, 3 separated, XYZ is separated. So now I want to print all 3 separated. ABC 1, 2, 3, XYZ. Now tell me the statement. I want to get ABC. From where I can get ABC? ARR1 of 0. In first array, ARR1, first array, 0 element is what? ABC. So here you will get ABC. Now the next statement. I want to get 1, 2, 3. From where we will get 1, 2, 3 here? 1, 2, 3. In array number 2. In array number 2, 0 index. So here I can say array number 2, 0 index. So this will return 1, 2, 3. This will return 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now XYZ I want. So from ARR2, index is 1. So here we will able to extract XYZ. So this way we can extract, or we can split the entire thing into multiple parts, and then we will able to extract the values. Okay. So this is how we can use split. And based on the space also we can split. For example, let's say example 3, space. Let's say S equal to ABC space 1, 2, 3. Now I want to split them into 2 parts based on the space. Space is a delimiter now. So S dot split, and in the double quotes, just give one space that is acting as a delimiter, and that I can store in a variable. So AR, this is a array variable of string type. Okay. Now we can print array. So we can say arrays dot toString of AR. So now you will see 1, 2, 3 and ABC are two different parts. So you can see this is one part and this is another part. So based on the space also, you can divide the string into multiple parts. Okay, but here there are some restrictions. So you cannot use every symbol as a separator or delimiter, especially star. Star is a regular expression you cannot use. Okay, and percentage is also regular expression you cannot use. Character you cannot use. End also you cannot use. Okay, these brackets you cannot use. And hyphen or underscore you cannot. Underscore you can use, but hyphen, yeah, hyphen also you can use, no problem. Okay, so there are some restrictions are there for these particular symbols you cannot use as a delimiters. As delimiter, especially in split methods. Okay, ARR1 plus ARR2 is not possible because ARR1 again contains multiple values. ARR2 is also having multiple values, so you cannot combine like this. If you have single value, is a different thing, but you have multiple values, it is not possible. In replace, we are removing dollar. What about space? Yeah, just now I have given the space means again you have to, you can also remove the space, no problem. Okay, if you have some space like this, okay, you can just replace the dollar like this. Similarly, you have to replace also. You can put one space here. Okay, you can put some space. After dollar, you can put one space like this. So then what happens? Dollar along with the space, both will be replaced with the nothing. You can also do like this. If you have a space, also you can still handle it. No problem. Example 3. Okay. So in example 3, you can just look at here. I have ABC, space, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, how can we split this into two parts? Is there any delimiter available here? No, only space is there. So space is also we can use as a delimiter. So how can we do it? As a dot split, and here within this double quotation, I'm giving one space. So that is acting as a delimiter. So wherever the space is occurred, that will be split into two parts. Now ARR contains two values, ABC and 1, 2, 3. So for example, let's say I have one more value, ABC 1, 2, 3, XYZ. XYZ. Now tell me how many values you will get here in ARR. Siva, how many values you will get here? I have a 3 values and delimiter is a space. So here one space, here it is one place. So obviously it will return 3 values. Based on the space, we have split. So 3 values you will get. Okay. So this is how we can split. Based on the space also, we can split. But sometimes if I have a multiple delimiters, then you have to write multiple splits. Okay, it will be little complicated. You have to write multiple splits if you have multiple delimiters. Okay, so this is how we can use split method. And the last example, you guys can tell me. Example 4. This is just your test. Okay, I can take one string name equal to, so John Kennedy. So this is some name I have put. J is a capital letter, K is also capital letter. Okay. Now, I want to check the John is a part of the string or not. I want to check this particular John is part of the main string or not. So which method we have to use? Yeah, obviously contains method we will use, right? So I can say name dot contains, name dot contains. Here you can say John. So this will return true or false. So when I print this, so name dot contains John. When I print this will return true or false. Now, as per this value, which one it will return? True or false? False it will return. Why? Because John is a lowercase character, but in the main string, J is uppercase character, right? This is a problem. Now, my question is, I don't want to, okay, so I want to check this John is part of the main string or not. Okay, but I don't want to consider the case. I don't want to consider the case, but I want to check John is present or not. How can we do it? I don't want to consider the case. Still, I want to use the same value, but it should not consider the case sensitive. So it should return true, right? So how can we do it? Still, I want to check John is a part of the main string or not, but I don't want to consider the case sensitive. Finally, I want to get true as an output. How can we make it happen? So when I use contains John, I should get true here. How can we make it happen? There are multiple ways out there. And at the same time, I don't want to use equal ignore case. I don't want to use equal ignore case. Without using equals ignore case. Without using equal ignore case. Is there any way to do this? I just want to check John is a part of the main string, but I don't want to change the value. I don't want to change the value. Still, it should match it and returns true. How can we make it happen? Okay, let me show you this. There are many ways to do it. I'll show you two different ways. Okay, first thing, take this name, okay, and take this name and convert this entire or replace J with a lowercase character. Let's try to replace name dot replace name dot replace name dot replace. Which one you have to replace? J. Okay, so J you want to replace with what? Lowercase j. Lowercase j. So what this will return? This will return name, which contains j is a lowercase character, right? So what this will return? Name dot replace j comma j. It will return the same name, but j is in lowercase character. It will return the same name, but j is a lowercase character. Now, after that, if I use contains John, right? Will it return true or false? True or false? The combined statement. So what exactly we are doing here? We are replacing this j with a small character. So this will return the same name, but j is a lowercase character. After that, we are checking contains. So obviously it will match. So this will return true. Okay, this will return true. This is one approach. Now, can you tell me any other approach without using equal ignore case? You can combine any methods. Okay, you can combine any methods based upon your requirement. You need to think first. What is your objective? And accordingly, you will find appropriate method. Okay, so this is one approach. Now, what is the next approach? I don't want to change the value, John, lowercase, without using equal ignore case. Without using equal ignore case. Still, I want to check the John is part of the main string or not. Ultimately, I should get true as an output. But I don't want to use equal ignore case. Yes. So you can do like this. Take this entire name, convert this entire name into lowercase. To lowercase. Okay, now the entire name will be converted into lowercase, right? So once you get a lowercase everything, then you can use contains on top of it. Contains, say John. So because everything is a lowercase and John is a lowercase, so obviously it will return true. So this is another way. So without using equal ignore case. First of all, we can't use equal ignore case, but this is the way. So there are two different ways we can do it. So this will also return. So you can also combine multiple methods based upon our requirement. Combine multiple methods. Same methods you can sequentially use also sometimes. So earlier we already used here. So the concat method we used. So concat method multiple times. Concat followed by another concat. And similarly replace followed by another replace. Okay. And like this we can use. Split followed by another split. Replace followed by another replace. And sometimes one method followed by another type of method. Here, two lowercase method followed by contains. Here, replace method is followed by contains, right? All methods applicable. So whichever method you want to combine, you can combine, but the goal, the objective should be clear. Accordingly, you have to combine the methods. Blindly, you should not combine two methods. I will combine replace with a split method. But what is the purpose? What is your goal? What is the output you want to get? So that you should be more clear. And accordingly, you can just combine the methods. Okay. So this is all about string related methods. These are all built-in methods. So we are not implemented these methods. Split method, how it is working internally, and length method, how length method is giving length of a string. So that is already implemented by Java itself. Okay, we are just trying to use those methods for our application. So we are called them as a built-in methods. Those methods are already present in the string class. And very, very useful. And especially in automation, we will use this method. Suppose there is a web page and every web page is having some title. So if you want to check the title is correct or not, according to my test case, I want to validate the title of the web page. So how can we do it? Once you capture the title, we will compare the title with our expected title. The comparison happen. So how we can do the comparison? By using equals or equal ignore case, we can do the combine. Similarly, contains method very frequently used. Substring also very frequently used. So very, very useful methods, especially in automation also. And some more methods are there. Data conversion methods are there. So in the coming sessions, I will discuss about them. So these are all purely related to strings. Strings means these methods are applicable for only string data type. Remember this, okay? Length, concat, you should not apply these methods for integer variables or any other data type variables. These methods are applicable only for string type of data. That is the reason we call them as a string methods. Okay. For other data types, we have a different type of methods are there. And these methods are especially for string data type. Right. So practice this for today. Just do one round of practice. Very simple. And tomorrow we will continue this class. Tomorrow I will show you some more examples related to the strings. We will combine both the topics, arrays and the strings. By combining these two topics, we will practice some more examples. So tomorrow I will show you, and also I will explain about the difference between double equal to and equals method. And if you create a string like this, or if you create a string like this, what is the difference? And when you compare the strings by using double equal to, by using equals method, what is the difference? When we have to use equals method, when you have to use double equal to method. Okay, so that I will show you in the tomorrow session. So tomorrow session is also most important. We will discuss some more examples based upon arrays and the strings concept, and how to reverse a string, which is very popular example. If I give one string, we have to reverse it. Okay, so we will see that in the next session. Okay, so we'll stop here for today's session. We will continue in the